other than Christmas this week is 8 a.m. But other than that, we don't really have a dedicated schedule that we're trying to follow. Just keeping it to every hour would be the most that we want to post.
Are we factoring in these requests that are coming in from clients because we
No.
approve those posts and they go in there and they end up, then we have more than one an hour.
Yeah, I know. And so I know. I mean, we're just trying to do the best we can at this point. Because you don't want to, sometimes you don't want to leave those all day long. So, yeah, sometimes it does end up being more than one an hour, but um, we're trying not to, but it's tight, right? Okay, so that's all that I have for right now. Just a lot of Salesforce stuff and trying to get ready for the winter for everything that I've got going on. So I'm going to now pass it over to the managers. Linda, do you want to get started?
Sure. So just following up on that Facebook stuff, we have been monitoring it and our numbers are way up as far as reactions and comments. And I know it is all subjective to like the content that we're putting out, but even over 60 days, we're seeing an increase in comments and reactions where when we were like inundating and flooding the feed with content, we weren't seeing big drops. So, what we are doing is definitely, making a difference. And as Tina said, like just message us and let us know that, like I've got something I really need to get up at, 9 o'clock. Can I take that spot? We'll take a peek. And I mean, 99.9% of the time we're going to be able to shuffle our stuff around. So it's not a huge deal. We're just, everybody's trying to be proactive in the marketing Tina team to schedule stuff as much as possible because there's a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, so from marketing perspective, we have the Royal Caribbean offer that, no, Royal is ended. Celebrity, she did a Cruisemas offer, which is an extension of the Black Friday offer, but it's only $100 onboard credit. So that runs from the 8th to the 13th, or 9th to the 13th. Sorry, today I'm so messed up with my dates. That went out, so it should be in current offers, and there's a link to put your bookings in. And then a few people have gotten back to me already, but I sent a message this morning asking everyone to check their $200 onboard credit. So the ones that are in pink have already been sent to Sandra, and any of the issues we had were dealt with. But the ones below, if you can just make sure they're accurate, the numbers are right, because we had a few with incorrect booking numbers and things last time, and that all your bookings are there, because I need to get that off to her sooner than later. I think she's trying to get everything through for her budget year. So if you can just let me know once you've had a chance to check those, that would be great. I can get that off to her. And then we have an offer with Norwegian with the $25 onboard credit in the water, which is, again, an exclusive for us. So those are running right now. We have Christmas running, which is just the videos. We have secured all of our 2026 suppliers of the month. So excited to have MSC on this year. We'll also have AMA, which is new as a supplier of the month for us. Everyone else has done it before. So January is Celebrity, Holland is February, then we have AMA for March, Royal for April, May is Client Appreciation, June is Princess, July is Norwegian, August is Azamara, September is MSC, and October is Virgin, and then we have Black Friday and Christmas.
Can I just hop in here to say that we reached out to Disney 3 times and we were willing to waive the fee and they never responded.
Boo. Jason sucks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know
The
what
only
else
time
to
we can get him
do.
to respond is when I email all his bosses, and then he responds right away.
Yeah. Yep. I I mean, I guess he's got bigger fish to fry, like people who are already mouse-eared and stuff, that he isn't interested maybe in growing his territory. I'm not sure, but we've certainly made every effort to try and connect with him and give him opportunities that other people are paying for, because we understand that because we're not where we need to be as far as Disney yet, that he doesn't have money allotted to us. He's done a giveaway for client appreciation with some parameters around it. But yeah, I mean, he just not a very keen guy, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but we have tried. It's not for lack of effort. We've certainly given him every opportunity. And, I think we talked last week about the fact that, we've got a really full plate of offerings this year. So even if they, don't want to be supplier of the month for any of our partners, there's going to be other opportunities as well. And as we build out some of the things, like the online booking platform, once we switch over to RevelX and have it custom and we're able to put ads on there, as well as the podcast, there'll be opportunities for some of our partners. Some have already signed up for those things, but we'll go out again to some of our other partners, maybe that don't play in the bigger numbers with us, and we'll go from there. So there's lots on the horizon. I think it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing the year ahead, and building those relationships with our new partners, and yeah, that's 2006 marketing all wrapped up in a nice bow. We also have we have the podcast, which is going to kick off in January. So behind the scenes, marketing has been working on that. Amy specifically has been, getting stuff prepared, getting us ready to go. So we are hoping to film our first tape, I guess, because it's just audio. It's not a video podcast, but we're hoping to do that next week, I believe. Tina, yes, no, maybe
This week?
this week. Okay. Um, I'll let you and Amy sort that out.
Oh, that's with me and Amy? I thought that was you and me.
Well, Amy gave you dates, right?
Oh,
Anyway.
I didn't realize that's what that was. Okay.
Anyway, we can get that offline, but we're taping very soon, so we'll have our first podcast in the can and be working on the rest of them moving forward, and that's going to launch in January. So the launch date for the podcast is the week of, I believe, January 6th, 4th. Yes, the second, like the week after New Year's, we're gonna launch the podcast, and we'll be doing a couple of months to start with, and then we'll be moving up to probably a weekly, depending on how that all flows out and how much time it takes, and we really are looking forward to building that out, and hopefully reaching an audience and a new platform. And then as we move forward, we're going to start bringing guests on and looking at some cool opportunities for how we can leverage podcasts to build our audience. So we've got that going on. Celebrity the 30th is our webinar. We just were on the cruise, so I think Sandra's going to have some fun on that one. Wear your best New Year's sparkle. There might be some prizes, I heard. The webinar for the consumers will be January 6th, so that's going to get up and advertised soon. What else are we working on? Where's my whiteboard? We've got to get out all those gifts to people, and magnets. We don't want to send any more of those out until the new year. And then just the usual day-to-day for us, and obviously website with the changeover to Salesforce, that'll allow us to embed those Zoho forms, and hopefully that's going to help us as well with tracking our conversion rates and such. So I think that's it.
Okay. Kayla, you there?
I'm here, sorry. Not too much on my end. Just as I mentioned at the beginning, Tanya's off today, so it's just me in admin. I did meet with a supplier earlier this week, TBO. We've recently set up an account with them, very similar to travel brands, except it's exclusive. It's not consumer facing, so it allows you to create packages with air tours, all that good stuff, and add in your markup, and then it puts together a really nice like package and invoice if you wanted to send like a confirmation from them to the client. So I'll get everybody set up, or anybody who wants a login set up, and then if you guys would be interested in me setting up a supplier training, I walked through it with the supplier earlier this week, and I was like, oh, I probably should have done this with everybody because it was so impressive. So, but yeah, that's kind of it. I haven't updated the new supplier logins or instructions in a little bit. So hopefully I'll have some time to get around and updating all those documents that are linked to the team site and get a little bit more organized on my end. I apologize.
Just a little note on TBO, Sherry, you might want to look into it, because I signed up with them specifically because somebody was asking about Disney tickets in one of my agent chats, and somebody said TBO was really good for that.
So for like off-site hotels and
I don't know. I wanted to get the account so that we could all kind of just look at it and see if it was good for us, but it doesn't hurt to set up accounts.
They set up their own contracts. Honestly, I was thinking hotels because we've had such a hard time setting up connections with hotels. They negotiate with the hotels and you get access to their negotiated rates, and then you can add a markup if you want to. But yeah, with the Disney products, they were saying that you can buy tickets and for specific dates, not just generic tickets. So you can make sure that you have a space on the specific day you want to go. But yeah,
they're all for specific dates. So like even buying through Disney, you have to pick your dates.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I'd love to look at it.
Yeah. That's kind of it. I'm living in accounting today if anyone needs me to do anything else, but I'll be quietly sitting in the background.
Kayla's working on the accounting because we're trying to get a line of credit. So we don't have all these ups and downs of me taking money out of my account, putting money back in my account all year long. So we're trying to get something off to the bank as far as what we've done so far this fiscal year. So, all right. Okay, Mina, first time on the stage for letting us know what's going on in the sales department.
Yay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Well, I've gotten the opportunity to meet with some of you, and I have some more meetings this week to get to know the rest of our agents. So I am looking forward to that. We are currently looking for a cruise specialist and land agent. So I've been reviewing applications. So fingers crossed we will have some new folks joining us soon. But yeah, not really much more on like my end. I've just been completing the training for the cruise lines and familiarizing myself with the documents that we have in place. But yeah, everything's overall just been going great and happy to be here.
Okay, awesome. All right, opening it up. Anybody have anything they want to discuss? Any good news, any challenges?
Need 25 hours in a day, but
well, can I just throw it out there that I want to give Rick a huge kudos and thank you for everything you've done with Salesforce. He's been on an hour and a half twice a week, every call, except for the couple of times that he went to the beach instead. And Vuk has had him in the hot seat for probably the last month with doing all of the testing. So, and I know this is, not a paid position for you, Rick. So I just want to say how much I appreciate how much you've helped us out. And I don't think we'd be where we are without all of your help. So thank you.
Thank you. Nothing. No, I'm looking forward to it running, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good as long as we all get the.
Well, if it's not good, we'll blame Vuk.
Yeah, it's going to be all right. Thank you.
Okay, anybody? Matt and Karen, you both just came off a trip. Anything you want to update us on, or how did it go?
Well, there was obviously some background noise that was happening during my trip, so that obviously made things a little challenging. But there was some new lessons learned from the hosted side of things, especially with Celebrity. It was a real nice addition that we got to do the helipad. That was an easy request and approval. So getting to do the helipad with our guests was a real nice add-on for the hosted experience. So that's something that people can put in their back pocket for Celebrity.
Did you ask ahead of time or once you got on the ship?
Once I got on board during the pre-con.
Okay.
Yeah, I made the request and they approved it right away. And we got the message out and got almost all of our guests on board. Nice. Some of them didn't have closed-toe shoes. You got to have closed-toe shoes. So if it is something we ask for in advance, then we can at least warn our guests to bring some if that's something they want to do. But that was something that they're willing to do. The other thing that was real nice is that we were able to use the gap points and apply it towards gifts, which the guests absolutely loved. So I'll be sharing, we got a photo done. One of the gap points we used was for the photo. So the photographer came at the end of our bar crawl and did a group photo. And then everybody got a print that had the itinerary on the frame and pictures of the 3 ports, as well as the photo of the group. And it made for this beautiful kind of keepsake for them to take at the end of the hosted cruise. So that was a real nice touch that we used. It only costs one of the 4 gap points. So when you're using gap points for like the drink, like cocktail event, and then use it for like sparkling wine and strawberries, and then you have 1 point left over for a photo, and it works out real nice.
That's good to know, because I've had them do the photo before where I actually paid for it, and it was probably one of the worst photos I've ever had because it was 140 people. And so if you look at the photo, it's just this skinny little line of everyone standing on the stage with a ton of space on top and a ton of space on the bottom. And you can't even hardly see anybody. So I'd like to see your photo, actually.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's nice if they can do it on the stairs or something, or, on the sunset deck, because with ours, they did it on the stage, and so everybody was just standing straight across.
Yeah, we did it on the Sky Lounge, so that because there's like the dance floor and then the stage, we were able to tier people. Mm-hmm. And then some people were kneeling in the front, so we had like 3 rows, and the photographer brought a ladder and was able to elevate themselves. So it made for a really nice group shot. And then I just worked with the photo team because the framing for the like name of the itinerary and all that stuff is only on sail away day when they take your picture as you're going through the terminal and they have those fake backdrops. That's the only time that they have that. It's kind of pre-programmed into their cameras when they're taking those pictures, that those ones are the ones that have the itinerary on them.
Okay.
But I just worked with the photo team and asked them if we could have that framing added to the group photo, and they did that and printed them all off and gave them to us in advance, and then we were able to put them on everybody's stateroom doors. We just tucked them in their room numbers and delivered all the photos to everybody.
I like that. And also too, with Celebrity, we can always ask for more gaps. So if you have 4 points that you want to use for something else, we can ask for 2 more.
Yeah, I looked at that because it's only like $12 a gap point, which is not much when you think about it.
Well, we don't like Sandra will give us extra if we ask. Usually there's never an issue.
Well, that's good for people to know then going forward, because like
Yes.
wine tasting is only like 2 points. So if you want to do wine tasting with a group or something like that, like there's some real nice like experiences that you can do, and then that can be your hosted event, which is, you know, because every cruise the demographic isn't going to be the right demographic for a pub crawl, but a wine tasting experience might be a real nice touch. Or if they can do the martini flight tasting at the martini bar, that would be a really nice like use of gap points. So
if you've got a hosted, reach out to me, because let's look at the gap, because right now Azamara, she's been trying to give us gap for ages. Like we didn't have anything to put gap on. We've already put a whole bunch on Rick's. So now she's piling it on my hosted. I was able to get a specialty dining, a bottle of champagne, onboard credit, and now I'm also paying for the cocktail party with Gap, because I think we're up to 12 points with that one now. So, and I know Celebrity, usually she'll always put on Gap for big groups. I don't know. I did ask Sandra. I don't know if there's a limit with specialty dining. Do you know that, Matt, offhand? I looked it up yesterday.
It's 6 points for specialty dining.
But is there a maximum number of cabins that you can
for
give
like
it
how
to?
many guests? That I'm not sure. Like
Right.
you might have to
Okay,
split
so I did ask
it into,
Sandra.
you might have to split it into 2 dinings. Like do half the group one night and half the group the other night.
Oh yeah, no, it's not even like the same dining. I think there's like a limited number of people that you can give it to.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
So I'm trying to get that clarified, but but the helipad, just FYI, is free. You just have to request it.
Yeah, you just had to request it, and then because with the ABCs, it was late port days every day. Sail away day was the only day they could do it, which worked out perfect for us because that way it didn't impact the guests.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was like the pre-con meeting. I can't emphasize that enough, how important it is to have that pre-con meeting, because we got 30% off all the specialty dining on board. We got 25% off of any spa treatment through the spa from the spa manager. So like they were really accommodating with our group. So I took names of all of them.
Like, it depends on the ship and who you're with. Because on the Beyond last year, we did not get any concessions. They fought us every step of the way. I think the ship was really full. I think that might have something to do with it, but the Beyond was awful.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, they were really good. The casino manager gave us the free match play vouchers. We handed those out to our guests, so they like that.
Were you able to do it? Did you do a slot pull?
So we did the slot pull. I'm going to post that on my personal social, and then if you want me to post it on the Cruise Deals one, it's just a 30-second reel of like pictures of everybody and like a mosaic, and then individual pictures of them.
You should post it, with
some Katy Perry music to liven it up.
Oh, Katy Perry.
So that was really good, and everybody had really great feedback for it. So
the Ascent is already telling me we can't do the bar crawl and we can't do the slot pull, and I said
so they did. They did tell me on board no bar crawl. They said we're not doing it, and then I said okay, well. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go to every one of your bars. Here are the time slots, and we're just going to overwhelm you.
Yep.
And then they thought about it for a little while, and then they came back to me and said, okay, we're going to pre-make 2 drinks at every bar.
Perfect.
And we'll hand them out. And it went so much faster. We were way more efficient.
Why they have to fight us on this? I mean, I'm going to continue just to keep doing it myself, too.
Yeah. I just said, I'm showing up whether you like it or not.
We'll bring 70 people. Don't worry about it. I don't care.
Yeah. It went so smooth because they pre-made the drinks, and then we just they had a concierge team member follow us from bar to bar to bar so that they could give them kind of a heads up of when to start pumping out the drinks. Yeah. And then as soon as we showed up at each bar, there was just servers going around with trays handing out the drinks to our group, and it was.
Well, that's what we had on the Beyond because I fought them.
So slick.
I was like kind of borderline threatening them on the Beyond, and they ended up doing that. They planted somebody. They had a bartender follow us the entire time, and they were pre-made. By the time we got there, they had already pre-made all the drinks. Then the bartender just walked around and handed them out. So, I don't know why they just can't do that. I mean, it seems kind of ridiculous. But anyways, okay, good to know. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah.
Karen.
So I took Mitch up on the offer that he had sent out to all of us about that really, really cheap opportunity to sail on a close sailing. So I was on Symphony, and I literally paid just the port charges and taxes. It was like the cheapest cruise ever. But it was so much fun. It was a good opportunity. I hadn't tried an Oasis class ship, believe it or not. And it was a good opportunity to really live and experience it. The entertainment was fantastic. The service and food quality was really, really, really impressive, actually. I didn't expect it to be so good. I think, overall, we were really, really excited about trying it out. Rick, I know you had, some crowd issues with the Wonder that you were just on, but I didn't find that. I don't know if we were sailing at capacity or what, but it was great. Lots of pool chairs, lots of, bar service. We never waited for anything except the ice cream machine on day one, and that was the only time. And I tested it many, so it was great. It was really a good opportunity. So I would definitely encourage you, if ever you have the time flexibility to do something like that, to jump on it. Because I don't know how often they're going to come up, but it was a really, really good opportunity. We stayed in an interior with virtual balcony, which was super cool. We were at what I would say a lot of guests would think is like a poor area of the ship. It's just a very front deck 11, but it was ideal because you're just a shoot up or down from pretty much anything you want to be at. So, for our clients who are really fighting for that midship, I would really challenge them to think differently in some cases, because we were as far up to the front as you could possibly be. We felt no motion at all the entire time. We had great weather, but I would say that's what I consider to be a prime location. Although a lot of our clients,
I think those big ships are pretty good for motion, to be honest. Because I know, Kira's husband or boyfriend or fiance or whatever he is right now, he gets motion sickness, and that's the one ship that he doesn't mind.
It was great. It was almost like, are we even on a ship? So yeah, it was good.
Good. All right. Anybody else? Anybody in the back that wants to say something? Taking a look. Noonie saying no. See Amy, Holly. No. Okay. Luke.
So going back to this whole gap thing, on my November hosted cruise, one of the gap perks was drink voucher and a bottle of wine. And I've asked this question before, and I don't know that we know the answer. And I
do know the answer, but go ahead.
I reached out to Mitch, and he says, I have no clue. So it's a 3-drink voucher. And our experience was that everyone got 3 free drinks each, every single day.
Yeah, it's supposed to be once per cruise. So you lucked out, because I did take it in and inquire. It makes sense that it's once per cruise, because 3 drinks, you figure a gap point is worth $12.50, so 2 is worth $25. So to get 3 drinks a day, I think you hit the jackpot on that one.
Yeah, 'cause at the end of the day, each cabin got like 6 drinks a day.
Yeah, I know, because when we were doing the Wonder of the Season, trying to allocate we were like, I was like, oh, do I do that 3 drinks a day for everyone?
Yeah.
But then I took it in, and they were like, no, it's once per cruise.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to clarify, because I never really got a straight answer from Mitch.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're lucky that you ended up getting that. So, exactly. And maybe they won't catch on for the next little while.
Yeah, on my Samara got 14 points.
Yeah, I know, because she was she had a whole bunch of points for 2025 and 2026. And so we were trying to find groups to put them on. That's why she stacked on you. So that's good.
Some more.
Now she offered me 2 yesterday, and then another 2 if we sold out. And then I believe Matt sold the last cabin yesterday. I didn't realize there was still a cabin left in there until yesterday. I went in and I was looking around, and I was like, wow, there's still a cabin left. So I'm going to get started on that group now. And yeah. Okay, well, if that's all, then I don't have anything else. So speak now, forever hold your peace. I didn't check Lisa. Lisa's not on camera, but I think she would have told us. Okay. All right, guys, we will see you online.
Bye.
Bye.
Are we doing luxury right next, Tina?
Um,